It's going to be Oliver Sloup from Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Oliver, thanks for joining the show. Well, that was a mouthful. We all know what happened with the Fed and Jay Powell's comments yesterday. How do you think it all shapes up, and what does it look like going forward?
Well, I think when you look at the grain markets, they're holding remarkably well, all things considered. We had really dismal export sales this morning. Sure, we did get a flash sale of about 200,000 metric tons of corn, but it wasn't anything really to write home about. On top of the dismal export sales, you're seeing the dollar just poking its head out above new 20-year highs again in the overnight session. You've got concerns of a global slowdown, and the grain markets are still hovering, in positive territory with harvest starting to pick up. And I think the wheat market is probably doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, and it might continue to do so going forward. We're just getting out above the 200-day moving average in that Chicago contract, which comes in near 915. The next level out above there isn't really till 940, 950, which is those July highs as well as a 100-day moving average. But if this concern over the war premium in wheat starts to subside, I think maybe that's when you start to see a little bit more pressure and long liquidation ensue in the corn and bean markets.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that we're this strong with the dollar this strong. I mean, everybody, a lot of folks probably got run over in that trade because they didn't think that we could really rally this hard with the dollar doing what it's doing. But boy, oh boy, they've raised interest rates. The dollar's followed in suit, and everybody thought there'd be pressure in these markets, but it just really hasn't done it, has it?
No, it hasn't. And a lot of that may be on the back of some early yield estimates coming in, maybe lower than expectations. I like to think that the market's done a pretty darn good at pricing in somewhere in the neighborhood of 170, 172. But with that said, the variability within the estimates has been extremely wide. And so
Yes.
those yield estimates are going to change. Once we get closer to 50% through harvest, the market will get a little bit more clarity on the direction that it wants to go, I think.